What is up, everybody? It's your girl Jaded here, aka Diamond, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing the Booktube Journey tag created by Books and Things, or Katie over at Books and Things. But I was inspired mainly to do the video because I watched Tokyo Chemist about a week ago. She uploaded her Booktube Journey tag and I was like, I really want to do this. I enjoyed her answers to all the questions, and I like the questions that Katie decided to put in the original tag. So we're going to be doing it today, and at the end I will be tagging a few of my faves in hopes that they will join in and do the tag because I think it's a good one. So let's just get straight into the video. But first, if this is your first time seeing my face or knowing of my existence, my name is Diamond. I go by Jaded Reads over here on this channel, and over here I like to do reading vlogs, book reviews, and everything in between. So if that is something that you're interested in, I think you should consider subscribing. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get straight into the questions, shall we? All right, so question number one. How long have you been watching Booktube? Y'all, I was such a dork. I've been watching Booktube since 2019, and I was completely obsessed with Booktube. I loved Ariel. I love Kat. I forgot the name of her channel, but she has since not stopped recording videos. I think as of like 2022. I think she may have recorded maybe one video last year. I'm not sure, but she doesn't really make videos anymore. But you guys know Kat. You know, A Little Life vlog, the reading vlog for A Little Life. Crazy video, good video. I used to really enjoy, I still really enjoy Books and Lala. I watched who else was I watching back then? No, I didn't start watching Rebecca Eats until she started her channel. I think it was like in 2020 or something like that. But I watched some of everybody, tons of girls who were reading a lot of, like Tokyo Chemist said, a lot of YA. I've never been a YA girl, but I just enjoy watching videos of people talking about books. That was just so my thing, because it was just like nobody around me read, you know, so it was just nice to watch people communicate about books that they were reading. And I was just infatuated. So yeah, 2019. How long have you been making Booktube videos? So I made my first Booktube video in January 2022, and it was a wrap up. So I started warming myself up to the idea of making vlogs. Excuse me, as you guys know, I'm drinking sparkling water. So yeah, I started with reading wrap-ups because, you know, the reading vlogs was just I was a little bit scared to talk about books on the internet. So I was afraid of how I was going to be perceived because I have not spoken out loud about a book since I was in undergrad, like at length, you know, in conversation with other people who are reading the same things as me. So yeah, 2022. Question number 3. What made you start making videos? So I started making Booktube videos for 2 reasons. So first of all, I've been making YouTube videos. I made my first YouTube video in 2014. So I was making beauty content, and it used to do really well, surprisingly. And then I just stopped, and then I started back, and then I stopped, and then I started making vlogs. FYI, I do have a full vlogging channel. It's like vlogging and social commentary. I have a whole channel that I created. I made that channel last year, and whenever I'm consistent, it does well. But for the most part, I really enjoy the book side of things. So anyways, I felt compelled to start making my own videos. That was the question, right? I felt compelled to start making my own videos because I knew I had something that I could offer to the Booktube community. There are a lot of booktubers on the internet. It seems like it's a lot, but actually this space is really small, and it's even more nuanced for women of color, Black women in particular. And so I just wanted to add to the conversation and also show that, you know, there are intellectual Black women outside of your everyday life on the internet, you know, in other aspects and other avenues and other parts of the world, who can contribute to the conversation, who like to read, especially literary fiction for that matter, and who likes to discuss it and talk about it, and who wants community. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna start making my own videos. I spent hours watching other people and I just wanted to add to it. I didn't want to just be one of the, like, you know, keyboarders, like commenting constantly on other people's videos when I could just really comment out loud on my own videos. So yeah, that's what made me start. Number 4, are there any people who have played a significant role in your booktube journey? Not really. All the other people that I watch, of course, but not seriously, you know what I'm saying? Not for real. No one ever pushed me to start making my own booktube videos. That's all. No one's ever pushed me to start doing anything. I always get the idea, think about it, and then I ultimately gather the gumption to just go ahead and put myself out there, and I do it. I'm the type of person that once my mind is made up to do something, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, me and God. Number 5, what kind of books do you like to read? I am, as you can tell if you zoom in, I'm a literary fiction girl through and through. Literary fiction is my one true love, and I love to read a little bit of classics as well. My classics collection is getting larger, and I do read them from time to time, and I do enjoy them and understand them. I don't find them boring, so I think they'll start taking over as I get older. But yeah, I'm a literary fiction girl through and through. Sprinkle a little bit of science fiction in there as well. No horror, no thrillers. I'm a scaredy cat, like literally. I don't watch scary movies. I don't watch thriller movies at all. I love, my favorite is romantic comedies, and then I like drama, and I like mafia type stuff. Like that could be considered thriller type movies, but not really, girl. So yeah. Number 6, how has that changed since you started on Booktube? Nothing has changed about my reading since starting Booktube, except for the fact that I read less and less of romance. That's the only thing. I was reading romance, also literary fiction, all the time back in 2020, 2021, 2022. I was doing both, but my romantic comedies and my romance and stuff, it has completely like dwindled out, and I just still dabble in all of the literary fiction, whether it be new literary fiction or old. I love late 90s, early 2000s literature, literary fiction in particular. It's like my favorite time frame to read from. And then what I'll do is I'll sprinkle in a little bit of new releases here and there. I'm not really interested in anything truly new that comes out. If I start hearing certain like little buzzwords from other videos, that'll make me be like, oh, I need to read that. Like only buzzwords. I don't care anything about a new release unless it's Sally Rooney. Bring her on. And of course, like I said in my last video, I went on ahead and ordered Coco Miller's Blue Sisters, because the buzzwords from people who have read it already is like, that's up my street, you know. But other than that, no, I'm just like, I'm still the same girl. I still read the same stuff. And another thing that I've noticed and learned is that a lot of the hyped books are just really trash, you know? And so at one particular point, I was starting to think along the conspiracy lines, and I'm just like, are some of these booktubers getting paid to rant and rave about these books that are just not good? Because I always had my same reading taste, but when I started my booktube channel, I did go for some of the more popular books just to see what the hype was about, and I would review them on my monthly wrap up, and it just would be like kind of meh, you know. So I stick to the script. I stick to what I know for the most part. Number 7, what kind of videos do you most like to watch? I most like to watch booktube videos, period. Unless you're somebody who I've been subscribed to for years, which my subscriptions don't change. The only updated subscriptions that I continuously add to my YouTube subscriptions are new booktubers that kind of pop up on my feed. That's all I watch on YouTube, mostly, literally, like that's it. Booktube videos mixed with a little bit of my favorite social commentators. That's it, like Kidology and Rodney the Voice, and of course I follow Lily Reads, but I also follow Kenya, So by Kenya, you know, stuff like that. But mainly I only watch Booktube. It's just something so freeing and so calming about the booktube community at large. It's like no one, and I know the ones who are, at the end of the day, it's a business for anybody to have a YouTube channel. You know, it'll be a great source of discretionary, they call it discretionary income, or like passive income that you can invest in. But for the most part with the booktube community and a little bit of the literary fiction community, like some of them I don't vibe with, but a lot of them I do. They just do it for the love of the hobby. You know, that's why I like watching Booktube, because it's for the love of the hobby. The ones that are doing it for the masses, I don't really gravitate towards them. I can tell the ones that are really interested in actual reading and like talking about books. All right, so next question. How has that changed since, oh, sorry. Oh no, this is, so she's still doing the thing. How has that, meaning what kind of videos do you like to watch? Meaning, how has that changed since you started on Booktube? Do you think your video, oh, what does it say? Do you think your video, I'm sorry y'all, how has that changed since you started on Booktube? Do you think your video making style has changed or altered? No, nothing has changed. Like, I'm also a Pisces girl, so we're just like, we like repetition. We don't really like change too much. And we're just like loyal to like whatever font or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like things, if it's not broke, I don't need to fix it. And so yeah, I might incorporate, like, I do want to incorporate more of my daily life into my Booktube videos. I lead a very interesting life. But other than that, my editing style and everything like that, nothing has really altered or changed. I don't think that it has to. There's no like, nothing has changed basically. I don't even know what I want to say, but nothing has changed. Next, do you script and or edit your videos, and has that changed over time? I don't script any of my videos, and there's light editing. I don't know if I like burp or something, like if I burp or if I mispronounce a word too terrible, I might edit that out. But other than that, I just shoot straight from the hip, especially with my reading wrap-ups and my reading vlogs. Like, I don't edit any of that stuff. You know, there was like this trend going around where people were like doing, you know, impromptu videos on their camera on their MacBook, and I'm like, that's all cool and dandy, but there are some people who actually use a great camera and an SD card, and they still don't really edit their videos. You know what I'm saying? There's beauty in authenticity, and there's beauty in making mistakes, and sometimes when you have a moment where you have to pause and like think, there's beauty in that. And so for me, I don't really like to take too much away from my natural process. So no, I don't heavily edit my videos, and I do not perform from a script. Unless when the when my best books video, I probably might have to, because some of those books were from the beginning of the year or the middle of the year, and it's been 12 months since reading them. That's probably the only time you'll see me like truly script out anything, you know, to really like talk about why that book is my favorite book. Number 10, what's the most viewed video on your channel? The most viewed video on my channel is my very chill reading vlog that I made in February, I think it was. Let's see. Yeah, it was called, and I'll link it above. It's called Relaxing Reading Vlog. Used bookstore shopping. Reading Cassandra at the wedding, all vibes here. And I loved making that video too. Oh, I'm lying. Okay. Yeah, well, that's my most viewed video this year. My most viewed video last year in December is my top 7 books of 2023 with 1.2 thousand views. I think I have another video that did well, but it was so long ago. But yeah, those are the most viewed videos on this channel. On my social commentary / vlogging channel, I have a few videos that have a lot of views over there, but we're talking about Booktube right now. So yeah, so those two. So last year, the fave books, of course, and this year, the relaxing reading vlog. All right, number 11. What's your favorite video you've ever made? Probably that vlog. I really enjoyed the mid-year freakout tag. I really like doing the, some people think they're so boring, but I really like doing the end of the month the monthly reading wrap-ups, I really like those, because what happens is, and I always watch them back. Of course, I watch them back when I'm editing, but I always watch them back when I upload them, and I give myself a view and I give myself a like. And so when I'm watching my end of the month wrap-ups, I love the way that I talk about books in particular. That sounds like such a narcissistic comment, like I'm such a narc, but honestly, my reading wrap-ups reaffirm how I think and feel and how I speak about books. And I think I do it in such an eloquent way, and I like it. And I hope that what I see in myself, others see in me. So those are my most favorite videos to actually make. And I like making reading vlogs as well. I like making all the videos that I make over here on this channel. There's something just so liberating about being able to come on camera, no makeup on, and speak confidently about a book and not really care about what other people think of you. Chef's kiss, honestly. Number 12. Do you have a favorite book you read because of Booktube? No. Sadly, Booktube is not truly reliable, like I said earlier, on the recommendations that they really give. All the books that I have favorited have been of my own fruition, picking them out in my favorite bookstores and giving them a try based on just some sort of whim or the synopsis that I read or something like that. Nothing has ever been read. I'm totally lying. Actually, Rebecca Eats Books recommended Elena Ferrante, and My Brilliant Friend is one of my most favorite books. But other than that, and she's a literary fiction girly, but other than that, I have tried quite a few and they have all been bad, I'm being honest. But Elena Ferrante's My Brilliant Friend, that's one for the books. I enjoyed that book immensely. Actually, also, another one, it's been so long since I read it, Pear Nessie. Who wrote that? Samantha Clark wrote Pear Nessie. I read Pear Nessie back in 2022. That was a recommendation from Jess over at Sunbeam's Jess. So those two books will go down in history as my most favorite books that I've ever read. And they were both from booktubers that I highly regard. So I totally just was about to be such a mean girl, but I had to think about it. But other than that though, no. All right, next. Do you have a favorite Booktube experience to tell us about? My most favorite Booktube experience ever is being featured in, or is it the feature or first? I would probably have to say first, a modern Ajuma shouting me out because I shouted her out, telling my channel that she's my favorite booktuber. That will go down in history, because actually what happened was I was in the car headed somewhere and I was actually vlogging. It's the relaxing reading vlog video when I was vlogging, and I realized that she mentions me a little bit and shows me in her video, because she's literally one of my most favorite booktubers ever. And it's I don't know, it's something about the way that she articulates her reading experiences that I love. She doesn't quite often make reading vlogs, but what happens is she does reading wrap-ups, monthly reading wrap-ups, and I just truly enjoy those. And I just like the way that she talks. Honestly, she's just a very soothing, very calming person for me to watch. And also my second favorite experience was getting a shout out from Capri's Book Island, Capri over at Capri's Book Island, when she did the Black Booktubers you should be watching or following, and she had me in there. It was just so reaffirming, reassuring, when you get that type of support from others and you realize that you're being watched. It's a little scary at times to realize that someone's watching you, but then once you get over all of the fear and you realize this is a good thing, it's just an amazing feeling. So those two will go down in history as those are just those reaffirming moments for me that I must be doing something right. So yeah, I just thoroughly enjoyed those two experiences. Okay, so next question. Number 14. What does your book collection look like? So I have a bookshelves here in my room on the side of my bed, and also I have bookshelves in my living room above my fireplace. And so my books mainly is literary fiction. I've read a lot of these books that are on this shelf. The bottom row are books that I have not read. So the bottom row will be considered my physical TBR. We have things like, well, I just DNF Shuggy Bane. I was halfway through and it's just so boring to me. But we have Jonathan Francis, The Corrections, which I've read half of that book, but I'm going to start it over. We have After Leaving Mr. Mackenzie by Jean Reese. Q-Teen84, Lolita, Just Kids. I already read Bring Up the Bodies by Hilary Mantel, but it's there again because I want to reread it. Because after reading Wolf Hall, I just want to reread it. So that's why it's on that shelf. We have Sexual Personae by Camille Paglia. I'm reading that slowly. We have a Confederacy of Dunces. So anyway, we'll just do a physical TBR video. Let me know if you want a physical TBR video in the near future. But yeah, I have these and I have the other ones. And then I also have like books on my table. It's just books everywhere. I have books right here on my desk. Books that I'm currently in the middle of, you know, they're everywhere. So yeah. Number 15, what advice would you give to new people starting a booktube channel? To just do it. You know, you'll get better over time. You know, you're gonna probably start off like using filler words like and you know and yeah and so and but and the, but you know, you'll get confident and then you'll make friends, and you know, it's just a great thing to do and a great experience to have. And there's no playbook to this. There's no rule book to booktube, you know, at all. And so you might think that you don't have anything to add to the conversation, but in all actuality, everyone does. And I think the more people on booktube, the more alive that it becomes, and the more conversations will spark, you know, and it's just great. You'll find your people, or your people will find you. You might start off thinking that these are your people, and then what happens is God is so funny, he'll bring some people to you and pull you away from the people that you think are your people, and then those people become your people, and then you guys just like have this amazing experience. Like for me, I have some booktubers that I want to meet, you know, and hopefully I can make that happen in the future. So just start. Don't be practicing. Practice makes perfect. Your practice is going to be your first and second and third video. You know, don't be worried too much about what people think. Also, we're all just winging it, you know. So I would say just start. And lastly, tag some people. Duh, the first person I want to tag is Fats over at Baby Back Books. That is my girl, okay? That is my girl. And I'm gonna make my way to Texas. Either you're gonna move, when you move to Austin, I'm gonna come to Austin and we're gonna link up. And also, that will be my third time going to Austin too, if you move there, or if you're in Houston still, girl, we gotta make it happen. So first person I'm gonna tag is Fats over at Baby Back Books. Next, we'll do Nina Reads, Kayla's Bookish Vibes, Danny, Bryn, my other Memphis sister. You are tagged as well. I can't wait to see y'all's videos. Who else are we gonna tag? Reba Reads, for sure. Reba was one of my like first people to subscribe to me. So Reba Reads. Who else? Let's see. Those are the first names that just like super duper like pop out at me. You know, I don't know. Oh, Lex Reads also, you are tagged. I don't know if A Modern Ajima did it, but I'm gonna tag her again. A Modern Ajima and Nathan over at Nathan's Nook. I think that those are all the people that I'm going to tag for now. But yeah, so hopefully you guys decide to join in the fun and talk about your booktube journey. And so that's pretty much it, you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for just being here in general, using up however many minutes of your time that you spend on my videos. Typically what it shows in the YouTube studio, people stay on my videos for upwards of 15 minutes. I think that that's amazing. 15 minutes. Do you guys know how precious time is? And some of you guys are choosing to spend 15 minutes with me. I don't even care if you click through. Just clicking on the video and giving it a like does a lot for me. But to know that on average people watch me for 15 minutes, so boosting. Okay, anyways, once again, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next upload. Deuces.